going to what first of how you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing great. Alhamdulillah, it's actually good to see you guys again. So today I want to talk about the post that I did the other day where I was like, okay, today I learned the difference between a doctor and a doctor. So yeah, what happened? I was at the hospital to see my optician. For those of you that are seeing it for the first time, yes, I'm on glasses. So yeah, I'm having some issues with my eyes, but alhamdulillah, I'm working on it. So anyway, I was at the hospital because I was having issues with my eyes and I wanted to have it checked and find out what the problem is. So I was there and then the doctor was like, okay, they ran the first, basic test that they do for you, sit on the chair and then they project some alphabets, on the other end. And they're like, okay, what can you see? Can you see this? Can you see that? So we did that. And then, he did the whole magnet thing to check, basic shop. So when he was done, he was like, he would love to, go further to find out more because he was detecting some things that he didn't understand. So he was like, okay, if I could come back so they can do some scans and, other things. So I was like, okay, no problem. So I went back for the scan. So on that day, there was another doctor there that was supposed to do the whole scanning thing for me. Now I was nervous, yes, because there was supposed to be 3 scans that were going to be carried out that day, to determine what is wrong and all that. So I was nervous of the outcome and the processing. So we did the first one, which was okay, focus your eyes on the green light and they will take pictures and all those things. And then of course there's the one that they would numb the eyes where you can't move, you can't feel anything, where they put some, only God knows what is it, into the eyes and then pick some stuff and put in some machine like that, sure. Which was also okay. Now the problem started when I was supposed to, identify some light in some machine where they put you put your face in the machine and you are supposed to press a button when you see a white light. So we got there and this doctor was seated and then the processing started and I was like, okay, I put my eyes in there. Whenever I see the white button, I click. But the thing was, it was getting excruciating because the chair was not comfortable and I was in a lot of pain. My back was in pain, like, I don't know, maybe the whole arrangement there was, not comfortable. So we will do, and then halfway, he would just like, start all over. And I'm like, what happened? He's like, you're not doing it great. I was like, okay, we'll try again. Now, we just kept on doing it, and he's like, I can see you're trying your best. It's not like you're not trying, but you need to push harder because this result is terrible. So I got really scared, I got really nervous, and I was not getting any positivity, towards him. Although he was really nice though. And, at the end of it, we did about 6 or 7, and it was showing the same result. And I was like, I cannot do any more because I'm in an excruciating pain. Halfway, you just keep stopping the machine, and then you're like, we start over, It was just something else. So the result got back to the main doctor who requested for the scan in the first place. And then he looked at it and he goes, I'm not going to diagnose you with this because if I'm to diagnose you with this, it means you have a serious problem with your eyes. But I don't believe you have a serious problem like that with your eyes. So I was like, okay, so what do we do? He was like, okay. Seeing as it was a work day, and I was like in a hurry because I needed to go to work because we have some rules at work that I could not, So he was like, how about I come back over the weekend? And he would be the one to do the test himself. So I was like, okay, I'll come back. And then I left. So when I came over the weekend, that's a Saturday, and I was like, okay, is Dr. So here? They were like, no, but this doctor will do it. The same doctor from, the weekday. I was like, okay. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, maybe they've spoken and he probably told him how to do it, or maybe there's another different method, that he was going to adopt and use. I did not know that though. But I just knew that we're going to do the test again. And this time is a weekend, and he was like, I hope you're not in a hurry because we're going to spend the whole day there until we get results. And I was like, okay, God, here I am. So we got there again and the processing started. It was the same thing. But this time around it was even more frustrating for me because once we start, he would, stand up and then just go and then come back. And in my mind, I'm like, I was in the machine already. And I'm like, does this man know that this is really not comfortable? Like, he should not be leaving me here. So when he came back, I was like, I'm not comfortable. The chair is not comfortable. you know, my legs are hurting, my back is hurting, you know. So he was like, okay, what do I need to be comfortable? So he gave me the pillow from his chair, the one he was sitting on. So I was like, you can use this, and I did it. It was still not helping me. And then halfway again, he's like, it's not working out. You need to try. You need to try. It's not working out. You need to try. I was like, I've already given up because I was so emotional at that point because I was like, okay, maybe we're just trying to fight the truth, you know, whatever the result was showing, maybe that's what it is. So he stood up and then he went to, you know, get the doctor that requested for the scan in the first place. So the doctor now came and he was like, hi, you're here. I was like, yeah, I'm here. He's like, oh, today is his off, but okay, he's going to do the test for me himself right now because the doctor just told him that, you know, we're still getting the same results. So I was like, but I don't know what's going to happen if the results, you know, keep coming back the same. So he's like, don't worry, I'm going to do it myself. I was like, okay. So he said to me, I'm going to go about the rules again with you. And if you have any questions, you can ask me. I'm like, okay. There's going to be a green light. I said, yes, I was already told. You're going to focus on it. You're not going to look for the white light. But once you see it, you click. I was like, okay. And also, when it gets too excruciating and you cannot take it anymore, he said, tell me, we can pause. When you rest, we continue. I was like, there's an option for resting? And I was not told. I was like, okay, no problem. So he's like, when you're ready, let me know. I was like, I'm ready, let's do this. So we started. I will put my head back into the machine and he's like, you can do, like, he was so motivational. It was just amazing. He's like, you can do this. Like for every, you know, seconds, he's like, wow, I am proud of you. Oh my God, you're almost there. Whoa, is this, you like, the words that were coming out of his mouth were just encouraging, you know? And in my body, I was like, yes, I can do this. I'm doing this. So when I got tired, I was like, I'm tired. And then he's like, let's take a break. I was like, okay, we can actually take a break. So we took a break. And then after I was like, okay, we can continue. He's like, are you sure? I was like, yeah. And then I put my head back in, and before you know it, you know, voila, we were done. The results were perfect. And he's like, this is what I wanted. I can diagnose this. In my head, I was like, because it was, I was scared at first because I was already accepting my fate that, okay, maybe this is what was going to happen, you know? Whatever it is that he was scared of that was making him not, you know, diagnose the first one, maybe he just had to confront it and just do the diagnosis. But then alhamdulillah, the test came out really amazing. At the end of the day, it turns out that, you know, I'm having a little issue here and there, but inshallah, there's nothing that cannot be fixed. So, well, that's basically it. So if you understood what I just said, I'm just saying that there are a lot of people that are doctors, but lack compassion, like they don't know how to relate with people. And then there are those that are doctors that actually master, you know, the whole people's relations and, you know, how to help encourage patients do, you know, a lot of stuff and get results from it. So I was really happy at the end of the day because the results came out. He was smiling, we were all laughing and all those things. So it was beautiful, unlike the first time that I was really nervous. So yeah, that's it. And I'm sure many of you must have come across such doctors whereby the first encounter you have with one is like, whoa, and then the next one you love it. So basically that's just it. That's just the difference that I realized between a doctor and a doctor. Yes. Anyway, guys, so that's basically it. Now, for those of you, my friends that have actually reached out to find out what's going on with me, how am I doing health-wise and all that, I just want to say a very big thank you. I love you all and I appreciate your support. Alright guys, so that's basically it. Do take care of yourself. Masalam. Seremos miles más.